Okay, so welcome back for part 2 of my winter spring houseplant tour video. If you watched part 1, you'll know where we left off. If you haven't watched part 1 and you've only found this video, I suggest watching part 1 because it's going to make this part make a lot more sense. But otherwise, yeah, enjoy the rest of my houseplant tour for spring, early spring, end of winter 2021. Yeah. So I guess it hadn't survived the spider mite saga too well, and it needs to go into isolation, which means that this entire shelf is now high risk. I have rare plants on the shelf above this one. Okay, so I've put that on the floor by itself behind me as we closely inspect the rest of these. What? Alright, so this is a Calathea orbifolia that was literally right next to it, and we don't seem to have a single bug. Not a single bug. That's very strange, isn't it? I mean, now that I've touched it, I'm gonna just spray it down anyway. That's just a bit of rose shield, which has a little bit of bug control in it, but not a ton. And I'm also gonna top up. So the powder on here is the systemic powder I mentioned earlier. I'm definitely gonna top that up on this whole shelf on anybody that doesn't have any visible pests. That's very surprising that that orbifolia that was right next to that other one has none. That's so strange. So that's just going to go there. How about you? I can't remember what this, I think this is a Calathea phaetesia or similar. And we don't have any on there either. It's interesting. So this is my dual planting. So I have a dotti and a rosey in this pot together. I'm hoping for a big pink pot eventually. No. All right, we have a couple on here. Maybe? Yeah. All right. So we got a few on there, but not too many. All right, that's not too bad. It's not the end of the world. Put that. That one's in isolation now too. Now this used to be a white fusion. Yeah. So I guess it reverted after it died back because that is no longer a white fusion. That is now just a green leaf. I'm so glad I did this plant video today. Otherwise I would have had a massive spider mite infestation and would never have known. So that white fusion I'm going to just get rid of because what's the damn point anymore? This thing, yeah, it just died on me. Oh, it looks like it had spider mites and that's why it just died. Damn. Yeah, so this is what happens when you neglect your plants for too long. They just shrivel up and die. It looks like it's possibly fully dead. Like even that new leaf sprout. So I might pull that out of the pot, trim it right back. Which sucks because it's got so many, it's a lot of powder in there. Okay. Moving along. Another Calathea that's in terrible, terrible shape. This one has been a very slow recovery from the spider mite saga. Thankfully, it doesn't look like it's been reinfected. Phew. Okay. Another Calathea that I can't remember the name of and is too young to tell the difference at the moment. This might be the phaetesia and the other one might technically be an orbifolia in this same pot. But it's really hard to tell in this maturity. We don't seem to have any bugs visible, which is good. All right, fabulous, fantastic, good. This one got chronically underwatered. Yeah. So I own that. This one got chronically underwatered, but it doesn't seem to have any spider mites at least. So I've given it a water and it may come back, may not come back. Who knows? So in case there is spider mites on anybody, I've just kind of spaced them right out now. So it doesn't look cute, but we just got to keep an eye on it. Okay, next down to the next shelf. Excuse the ugly window backing. I don't like the whole world being able to see in my windows, so I have put plastic over the window, but it still reflects enough light for the plants, so doesn't look attractive, but it's what's there. So this is my Calathea Maui Queen. It got really badly done by the spider mites and I had to head chop the entire thing, which is what all these dead stems are now. All these leaves have died off, so I do really need to just go through and just like, you know, pull and trim them all out. But as you can see, it has started to come back beautifully. It's got a couple of new leaves sprouting out. Hopefully there's no sign of spider mites. Nope. Okay, good. No sign of spider mites. This one, literally can't even remember what this one is. It's still in recovery mode. Some of them are really taking a lot longer than others to come back from the spider mites. This one managed to survive the spider mites quite well. You can see it's got a little bit of damage here. Thankfully, no signs of any fresh pests, which is good. I will give everybody a spray down with pest control after I've finished doing this video, though, just because now I'm paranoid. That one doesn't look like it's come back. Call me crazy, but I think she's a goner. This one is also not coming back. Also a goner. Yeah, so some of these Calatheas were still coming back from the spider mite drama, and I did not expect all of them to bounce back. This is a Thai beauty or Thai something Calathea. It's looking like, yeah, it's got spider mites. I can tell from the top. So you can kind of see how the leaf has got this sort of speckling and the color is kind of weird. That's spider mites from a mile away. And it is. They're very, very hard to see on this plant. I don't know how well the camera's even going to catch it because of the color of the leaves, but they are definitely there. So that one's going into quarantine as well. This one was right next to it. It doesn't seem to have any bad spider mite issues. And we've got some new leaves popping up, which is nice to see. Some of these really did take a break over spring. Obviously, after the spider mite issues, they kind of just went dormant and went, I don't think so. But now spring's coming back up. There's some really nice new fresh shoots coming out through there. Hopefully the camera's focusing on it. I don't know how well the light's catching it. But there are some new shoots coming up, so that's good. This is another one that just, I don't know if it's ever coming back. To be fair, it just is looking pretty crappy, to be honest. So that was supposed to be a new leaf that was coming out, and then it just kind of shriveled up. So I don't know. Oh, it's got spider mites too. Great, cool. To be honest, I may even just throw this one in the bin. I don't even remember what sort of plant it was. This is so irritating. So much for a really nice plant tour, but I guess it shows you that this is real life with plants. Again, another one. Who knows what it was? So great. Love it. Best. My beautiful lush Calathea collection. I'm so, like, devastated by it still, hey. Alright, so here we have, can't remember the name of it, but I do have two of them, I think. It's doing okay. It's looking pretty good. I can't see any mites. Wait, maybe I'm standing corrected. Standing corrected? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know. It's not looking good. Alright. Then a little burly marks, Calathea or whatever it is. Some of these marks are from before the treatments last time, and it doesn't seem to have any fresh pests. It's looking quite cute. It's got some new leaves coming out. Of course, all of these entire shelves are going to be getting systemic treatments after this, because that's not good to find spider mites on anybody. This one's looking clean for mites. That leaf was already damaged from the last spider mite saga. But those are not mites, because you can see they're not moving. That is damage from the last time it had mites. So thankfully that's just damage there, and that's just a speck of dust. So that's the problem with spider mites, is they're so hard to spot unless you're getting right up in them. Calathea musaica that I'm giving to my friend Jem because I don't like it. I don't know. Something about the pattern. Like, I know that's what people find appealing about them, but there's just something about that patterning that just doesn't draw me in, I suppose. Thankfully, this whole shelf looks healthy. I can't see any, like, looking damage on anyone. So, Peacock Calathea, can't remember its name. I'm putting the names on there. There you go. You've got all your names. This one's looking healthy, which is good. We're not seeing any mites, thank goodness, because that one's a beautiful plant and I would like it to stay that way. Another Calathea, I think this is the rattlesnake. Is this a rattlesnake? This one's from a friend of mine. It was in really rough shape when she gave it to me, and I've kind of done my best to bring it back to life. It's looking quite good now. This is another one that suffered greatly during the spider mite issues. However, it has come back looking quite lush now. It's looking really cute. It's got a lot of new little baby growth down here, although we're going to have to do a little inspect. The backs of these ones are so pretty and purple. It's a really cute color. Yeah, no, I can't see any mites. That might be a mite. I can't really see anything on that one, so that's good. So I'm going to give it a powder treatment as well to top everyone's powder up. Again, these leaves are damaged from the last time we had spider mites, and it does have new leaves coming out, which here and here, which is nice to see. It is a little bit thirsty, but it got a big drink this morning, so it'll be doing better in a little while. All right, so this is the shelf that was above the Calathea that had the mites, so I'm going to have to do a really heavy inspection on some of these as well, although I've not really had a super big problem with mites on philodendrons. So this is a philodendron silver cloud. It doesn't look super impressive at the moment because it's still a little baby, but it does have a new leaf shoot coming out, so that's exciting. I've also got a philodendron, either glorious or gloriosum, can't remember. I will look it up and put it on here. It's still a little baby too, and it has a new leaf about to open as well, which is exciting. Then this is a monstera, can't remember, the name is on the screen. It's a new one again, and it's only a small cutting, and I will just have to be patient for it to get nice and big. This is that beautiful Antherium that I got free with my monstera albo. It has lost its 2 leaves that it came with that got a bit battered. I think they just didn't handle transport very well, but it has grown this beautiful new leaf. Have no idea what it is. It is an Antherium crystallinum hybrid. If you have any more idea than that, I would love to know. I think it's beautiful. My Hoya Kerry, my heart Hoya, I put it on a love heart wire a little while ago. It's looking very cute now. I'm trying to get the lighting to look nicer on it. There it goes. It looks, oh, yeah, see what I mean? It looks really pretty, and that's a newer one. That's a variegated Hoya Kerry. I have gone through a few of those, so hopefully this one I can keep alive. But that regular Hoya Kerry is doing very well there and is super happy, so I'm assuming that the variegated one's going to do well next door. Next I have a picture. Oh, I'm going to have to turn off. Hold on. Flicker alert. I've got this pitcher plant that looks pretty bad because I watered it with tap water after not really taking the advice that you shouldn't, and now I only water it with rainwater, which is why it's got this new healthy growth here and here and here that looks much better. It's also been on this heat mat, which I think it is loving being a little bit warm, so that's good. Here is my Monstera Albo Blosigiana variegata. I swear this plant is trolling me. You would have watched my You hear me just assuming. You may have watched my unboxing of this plant. It has since given me a pure white leaf, like this leaf, a pure white leaf, an almost pure white leaf, and the new leaf coming out. I hope you can see this. I'm just guessing with the camera at this point. And the new leaf is pure white as well. So, yeah, like, look at her. I swear it's just trolling me. Like, it still has green in the stem, so I'm not chopping it yet. A few people have suggested I chop it back to where the stem is still really green, but I'm not doing that yet. It's still too little. I'm still not ready to do that, so I'm just going to wait. I've been upping its feed and making sure it's had plenty of food so that it has the energy to maintain itself, but the white leaves are, you know, only going to last so long. So I do really hope that we get some more green. This leaf here gave me a bit of hope. I guess we'll wait and see. It's a real waiting game, a real anxiety-inducing waiting game, but it is what it is. I do have another Monstera albo variegata here. This one is a newer one. It hasn't got a leaf yet. However, the bud that's popping up is white and green mixed very well. So I'm very hopeful that it'll be a nice looking leaf with plenty of equal variegation. It's been doing well in its water prop. That tape is on there not only to block the direct sunlight, because we were having a bit of issues with the direct sunlight, but it's to hold that plastic thing up as well and hold it on the stand. It's not the most attractive little setup, but it is doing well there. So I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. When these roots have a little bit more, then I will I'll pot it up into a clear pot like this one so I can keep an eye on it. Okay, so gonna try and do this top shelf here, but the light is really not working. So this is one of my monsteras. What is this one? Cypliacana, I think. I will put the name up on the screen, of course. It's doing really well. It's gotten very long. Its leaves are getting nice and big. It's very happy and healthy. So very happy with that one getting along at the moment. We've got a whole bunch of Hoyas up on that shelf as well. Not going to go into too much detail because I'm really running out of time. This is one of my Mycans. I've got a couple of Mycans there. I'll do a separate video on the Mycans because they all need potting up in the same pot, and I'll do a care video too, I guess. On the shelf, I have a new orchid that I picked up at the supermarket that I'm still learning about. A couple of begonias that are doing super well at the moment. This one's just taking off, which I'm just impressed by. It's gorgeous. They are loving the self-watering pots as well as their regular rose shield dosages as well. So they get rose shielded as well to avoid fungal issues and have been thriving since I started doing that. So this Stromanthe is one of the ones that has been banished to the bathroom for spider mites at the moment, but having a look over her, she actually looks clean for bill of health now. So has been in isolation for a few weeks. So I'm going to do a really good proper inspection out in the sunshine, but if she's clear of health, I can put her back in the lounge room, dining room area now. Regular Stromanthe was also here for spider mite isolation, and it seems to be clean too, but I'm going to have a nice close inspection. Now, filming in the bathroom is kind of impossible, but here you will see the Greenhill Tradescantia that was in a video a long time ago. It is so massive now, I can't even get it in the full frame. I am so impressed by this baby. It is just absolutely massive now. I don't know what to do with her. I know it needs a repot at some point, but I'm kind of scared of it. So I've just left it alone and I just keep watering it and going, if she starts to look unhappy at any point, I will repot it. But at the moment it's looking so lush and like just happy, I do not see the point in repotting her yet. And because she's done so well in this spot, I moved a Tradescantia zebrina and a Tradescantia, is that tricolor? I don't know. This one. I moved them in here too, and they have just thrived since because they just love this spot. I guess they get that really good filtered light all day, and I remember to water them whenever I need to because they're in the bathroom. But they are just really, really loving life in this spot, and all 3 of these have just been growing and growing and growing. I've also started moving some peperomias in here. So I've got watermelon, moonlight, banda, raspberry ripple, galaxy, and then a jade. And then this silver, I think this is a, why is the camera being silly again? I think this is a quicksilver Tradescantia. I can't quite remember the name of it, but it's gotten this beautiful pink color since being moved to the bathroom, so it must be very happy. It has also doubled in size since being put on that shelf. So I love when you finally see a plant be like, yes, this is like this is it. This is where I love life. So I'm glad that I've kind of figured out this is my Tradescantia window, basically. And finally into my toilet room. This is on wide angle at the moment. Everybody's looking really good in here, except for this is the one that I mentioned before needs a repot, because I think it's struggling with the pot because, one, it's grown out the bottom of there. You can sort of see the roots in there. And it keeps like sticking out new leaves and then them shriveling up and having not much color. And they feel kind of weird. So I think that that's all that's gone on. I've spoken to a few Calathea people in a Facebook group, and that's kind of the only conclusion we can really come up with, considering it has tripled in size in a very short time. Like this was a 3 or 4 leaf cutting or something at the end of like it's just taken off. So yeah, not quite sure what's going on with that one, but hopefully a repot will figure it out. This begonia, this ice sort of something, begonia, mirror begonia or something, has loved it in here. This is what is that, satin, not pothos, is loving it in here. Spider plant's grown massive. Everybody's just grown massive. Tetrasperma, another one. This one I got for Christmas off my darling partner. Hoya, that was like up the very top shelf there, he's just doing so good. Its new leaves are so lush and thick and glossy, so that's absolutely just thriving up the top there. That's why I thought that other jade epipyr, not pothos, was maybe a mini form, if anyone can still answer me on that one, because this is like a regular form. And then, yeah, we got another one here. This one I want to co-pot with the one that's also in the dining area, so that I've got all the marble queens in one pot. In my bedroom shelves, my green roseaonium has just gone wild this winter. They are a winter grower, so I really need to repot it right now. I might do that this afternoon, so that it can do well as it goes dormant in summer. But it has just like, look how big that's grown. It's so impressive. And then my bedroom variegated string of pearls has, I mean, it's not super variegated anymore, but it is very long. Like, look how pretty it's looking. I love this one. It's also probably one of my favorite pots in the whole house as well. It's doing really well though. It's thriving. There is still a lot of variegation kind of hiding in the top, but it's hard to spot it. Oh, there's some in the tendrils. That's good. So it is still there. It's just a little hard to see when looking through the camera, but that's my variegated string of pearls. Fox pot has just gotten a bit out of hand, but I don't want to trim it because it's so cute. It's so long though. Look at this. And in the corner of the bedroom here, I have neon, syngonium neon. This syngonium butterfly, which is the one that I said looked like the batalk or whatever it is. But kind of just not as stripy. And then we just have another Monstera deliciosa hiding in the corner here. So there you have it. That is my, much longer than I expected it to be, but that sounds like me. That's definitely on brand. Houseplant tour for late winter, early spring, 2021. Thank you all for watching. If you've got all the way to the end, I'm very impressed. Thank you for getting through this whole video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna go deal with this pile of spider mite shame and get to treating everyone behind me and making sure they're all safe. I'm really glad I did this video today before that got out of hand. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will do my best to come back with more regular updates from here on out. At least I'll try. That's all I can promise, right? That's all anyone can promise in this sort of world. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep growing like your plants, and if you want to check out my merch stuff, the link will be down there. Bye. Mwah.